Alright, so what is up? I guess the stream's working. So let's just go ahead and start doing something. I'm learning Lua, for example. So I wanted to do that for quite a while now for my own personal project. So without further ado, let's begin. I should have my camera. Okay. So, or should I explore Flutter's Flame engine? I think that would be much better. It will help with some of my skills in Flutter. Now I would rather make something of my own. All right, let's get started. I guess we should just create a whole new project. Let's name it project 1. Okay, so the very first thing that we will be doing is add the necessary package using pub. Yep, I would like to reload my extensions. I'm a bit sick for some reason, so I hope that is not a problem. Where are the files? Okay, it has not created anything. I might as well just use the CMD approach. Flutter, create project 1. All done. You can find blah 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 cd project 1 code dot. So here we are, and I'm sure almost all of you are already familiar with how the folder structure for Flutter works. So I don't know who created this Flame engine. Let's just go ahead and check it out. Oh, it's just the same page. So Flame is a modular Flutter game engine that provides a complete set of out-of-the-way solutions for games. Okay, it takes advantage of the powerful infrastructure provided by Flutter, but simplifies the code. And you need to build projects that you need to protect. Okay, it provides you with a simple yet effective game loop implementation and the necessary functionalities that you might need in a game. For instance, input images, sprites, sprite sheets, animations, collision detection in a component system that we call Flame Component System, FCS for short. We provide standalone packages that extend the Flame functionality, which can be found in the bridge packages. Okay, sorry. You can pick and choose whichever parts you want, as they are all independent and modular. The engine and its ecosystem are constantly being improved by the community, so please feel free to reach out, open issues and PRs, as well as make suggestions. Give it a star if you want to help the engine, but it does not say much about the team. Okay, well, we will discuss this at some point later. Let's just go ahead and do this. So add the Flame package as a dependency in your prospect YAML by running the following command. Okay. So it seems to have added. Yeah. Okay. Now then run Flutter pubget and you're ready to use it. Okay, let's just do this just in case. So getting started, there's a set of tutorials that you can follow to get started in this tutorials folder. Simple examples for our features can be found in examples folder. Okay, to run Flame you need to use I think that's a typo error. Okay, to run Flame you need to use the game widget, which is just another widget that can live anywhere in your widget tree. You can use it as the root widget of your app or as a child of another widget. I would like to share the video link with my friends, so I might as well just go ahead and do that. From where? Yeah, share. Okay, so I can finally focus on this. So to run Flame, you need to use the game widget, which is another widget that can live anywhere in your widget tree. You can use it as the root widget of your app or as a child of another widget. Here is a simple example of how to use the game widget. Okay. So I have to do this in the main, and it uses the class game widget. So we just go and ahead and remove all this. This my app is not needed anymore, so let's just clean it up. There really should have a template dedicated for Flame engine. I guess that was the basic template that we're talking about, but it also contained a whole made UI. I wanted to start from scratch, so I decided not to go with it. So Huh. Let's just type in flame game. One thing that I really would like to do is to preserve commas, analysis option, formatter, preserving trailing commas, preserve. Okay, so there we go, much cleaner, right? And now what? In Flame, we provide a concept called the Flame Component System, okay? Which is a way to organize your game objects in a way that makes it easy to manage them. You can read more about it in the components section. When you want to start a new game, you either have to extend the Flame Game class or the Word class. The Flame Game is the root of your game and is responsible for managing the game loop and the components, okay? The Word class is a component that can be used to create a world new game. Fair? So to create a simple game, you can do something like this. All right, let's just go ahead and create a whole word. Apologies, this week has been very tiring and I had to work almost, how should I say, 8 to 10 hours a day, even though my job has not officially started yet. Well, it is giving me some sort of code, but I'm not going to write that. I'm going to instead write this: add flare position vector 2.0. Okay, so classes can only extend other classes. Right, let's just go ahead and do this. Oh, it's a future function. Okay. It's an onload function. And this is where we are going to type in the add player function. Okay, the player method player isn't defined for the type my word. Okay, so we have to create a player class as well. So far no one has joined us. So the player component can be whatever type of the component that you want. Okay. Sorry, let's read this first. As you can see, we have created a my word class that extends the player, extends the word class. We have overridden the onload method to add a player component which doesn't exist yet to the word. In the Flame Game class, we by default have a camera that is watching the world, okay? And by default, it is looking at the 0, 0 game position of the world. Yeah, with the vector 2, 0. To learn more about the camera and the world, you can read the camera component section. Okay, let's do it later. The player component can be whatever type of component that you would want to get started. We recommend to use a sprite component class, which is a component that can render a sprite on the screen. So for example, something like this. Do I need to get one? I guess. I think in my previous project I have something that we can use as assets. Let's just use it. In the end, we just want to render something, right? Might as well just open this directory again. Sorry, not this. This. And we have edited it. Now let's go back to the pubspec YAML. Where are assets? There are. There they are. Assets, images, okay. So rather than saying that we have a player class, let's just go ahead and do this. Player. So let's just say this is a barrel, and what is this? What is it written there? Okay, we have to always give position, it seems, ourselves. So let's just go ahead and do that. It would be barrel. Required. I think superposition. No. Super dot position. Okay. Super. Oh no, I've totally forgot to enclose this in. Sorry. Position vector 2 dot 0. Ah, it's okay. So let's just give it a position, or okay, it's anchored center. We are giving it a size. Okay, let's give it a size of vector 2 dot all. I think it means in all directions. Okay, and let's anchor it to center. Anchor. Dot center. Okay, and we are doing this on load. Okay, rendering on load. On load. Load. Huh. sprite equals await sprite dot load. It is an async function. Yep. And we will name it barrel slash underscore png. In this example, we have created a player class at blah blah blah. We have overridden the onload method. Okay. To handle input on a component, you can add any of our input mixins to the component. For example, if you want to tap input, and you can add the tap callbacks mixed into the player component and receive tap events within the bounds of the player component. Or if you want to handle tap input on the whole world, you can add the tap callbacks mixed into the extended word class. That makes sense. So this means that wherever I try to add add tap callbacks mixin to a component, it becomes tappable. So in our case, we will be doing that to our barrel, and when we are done tapping it, it will change its rotation. Why not? Let's just do that. So in mixins, we use the keyword with and on tap callbacks. Tap callbacks, sorry. So let's just override on tap up. Sorry. So size equals vector2 dot, no, not size. Rather than using size, let's just use okay. So by extended that, we can just, yeah, makes sense. It is a member of the class. Okay, it's a setter basically. So now what can we actually do here? Is there rotation? Rotate. Let's just see all the possible numbers. Actually, why not just go ahead and check whether it renders correctly on my cell phone or on the emulator. So without further ado, let's just do that. Okay, let's just use the emulator. Okay, the emulator is ready. Let's just start the project. Let's just do this. Sorry, it stays on top. And what's more is I can actually try and build this for Windows, for web as well. It is not bound by any means. It actually takes advantage of the cross-platform support that Flutter actually shows. This is entirely Flutter in itself. Let me just have a glass of water until it works. Open failed. And what could be the problem? No file or variants found for asset. I think I should give the whole path instead, or actually do check the prospect developer first. Assets, images, okay. Let's Flutter clean. I don't want to take any risks, so that's why Flutter up get. I hope it will work this time. If not, I will just go ahead and put the whole path. Okay, what seems to be the problem? Same old. This is something that should not happen. Fail to build bundle message. Uh, barrel TNT.png. How about now? It is for reviewing the path here, and I think it will work this time. It seems we have to add the whole path, and that's when it will work. Oh, I'm not wearing my microphone. So the application is loaded, and it's in portrait orientation. And no render. Okay. There's a problem? This is hard to restart it. When on load, it should render. Let's just rotate it left. It's the thing of rendering. It's not rendering. Why? Flame engine not rendering sprite. Do I need to? Okay. But by default, it is anchoring. Okay, let's see. What if I do this for the web? Not edge, but this. Error, adding location. Let's just try it again. Let's try it again. Huh. Maybe I miss. Oh no. I think it's that case. I did not. Alright. Alright. I need to give the word. My bad. So I think the world is like a whole scene. If you're coming from commercial engines like Unity and Unreal, they use the word scene for this. So maybe Flame engine uses the term world. Okay, perfectly makes sense. Let's hot restart. Still nothing. Let's just see what happens here. Print tab is working. Yep. Future or what or basic. Now, I hope it renders perfectly. Uh-huh. Unable to load asset. The asset does not exist or has empty data. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. Might as well fight. Okay. Flutter. How? Get. बोलो क्या बात फ्लटर का ही काम करो and it's still not rendering. Yep, Flutter likes to be feisty at times. Unable to load asset. Ensure your assets is at the root level of your project. Yes, it is. Turns out the issue it is probably that image. Let me just close and open the editor again. Flutter clean. Flutter run. I hope it works. And okay, it seems to be working. And now, what? It was a path. All right, finally, after I guess 15 to 20 minutes or more, I'm finally able to render this. So for our convenience sake, let's just rotate it to landscape mode and see. And now that I have added the tab callbacks mix into it, to the barrel component, let's see if it gives us something. Yep, I'm clicking on the TNT barrel and it says tab is working here. Perfect. Now I would like to do something when I tap. So why not let's just reduce the size of it. So let's make it like 150. See what happens. Oh, that was massive. How many functions are here? I would like to check. If I let's check the behavior for tab. Okay, it says nothing. So size. Now what? Oh, okay. If I hold, it's on tap down. But as soon as I release, it's this. Fair. So what will happen if I do this? I'm actually getting familiarized with how. Sorry, let me rephrase this. If you remember we used to use input that get mouse button down or up or something like that in Unity. So I'm saying what on tap up and on tap down would do. So I pressed it once, so it is increasing the size as you can see. But as soon as I release, it will decrease the size. Yeah. I pressed, now I release. So let's reset the size. Let's do this. Okay, so why not let's try moving it. So instead of, can we get keyboard inputs in here? I really think I should change the name of the screen to Flutter Flame Engine Testing. All right, so I'm finally able to render outside the scope of the engine. Games sometimes require complex feature sets depending on what the game is all about. Fair. Some of these feature sets are outside the scope of the Flame Engine ecosystem. In this system section, you can find that. Also, some recommendations of packages, services that can be used. Yeah, I can use Firebase pretty well already. Nakama is an open source server designed to power modern games and apps. Nakama is a Japanese word, so it means friends. Yep, I am learning Japanese. So, anyways, uh, this is basically for multiplayer. Let's just move on to the next section. I think I have read. No, okay. Let's check the game widget first. I'm going to minimize it for a while. Okay. So the game widget is a Flutter widget which is used to insert a game instance into the Flutter widget tree. Fair. The game widget is sufficiently rich feature bits to run as the root of your Flutter application. Thus, the simplest way to use game widget is like this. Fair. At the same time, game widget is a regular Flutter widget. It can be used, inserted arbitrarily deep into the widget tree, including the possibility of having multiple game widgets within a single app. Wow. Maybe multiple themes, as I was talking about before. In addition to hosting a game instance, the game widget also provides some structural support with the following features: loading builder to display something when the game is loading, error builder which will be showing if the game throws an error, background builder to draw some of decoration behind the game, overlay builder's map to draw one or more widgets on top of the game. Okay. It should be noted that game widget does not clip the content of its canvas, which means the game can potentially draw outside of its boundaries. Not always, depending on which camera is used. If this is not desired, then consider wrapping the widget in Flutter's clip right. So this is the constructor for game widget. So it uses a focus node as well. Fair. And on error, we will be able to show if there's an error. Okay. A game widget will create it and own a game instance using the game provided game factory. This constructor can be useful when you want to put the game widget into another widget but would like to avoid the need to store the game's instance yourself, for example. The game instance which this widget will render if it is provided with a default constructor. Otherwise, if the game widget control constructor was used, this will always be known. Game factory, a function that creates a game that this widget will render. I guess this is for something to show errors, and this is for while loading. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah. So overlay builder map, a collection of widgets that can be displayed with the game surface that can be turned on and off automatically for within the game via the game overlays property. Okay, so I guess this means the game's UI. So it uses the overlays, maybe it uses the canvas that we use the canvas widget, right? That, yeah, the one that's quite complex if you don't get it. But, well, yeah, the game class. This is like the mono behavior of this game of this game engine, I guess. This is the root of your component tree. We refer to this component-based system as the component system. Throughout the documentation, FCS is used to reference the system. The system, the Flame Engine class implements component-based games. It has a tree of components and calls the update and render methods of all components that have been added into the game. Components can be added to the Flame game directly in the constructor with the named children argument or from anywhere else with the add all methods. Most of the time, however, you want to add your children to a word. The default word exists under Flame for game.word, and you can add components to it just like you would do to any other component. A simple Flame game implementation that adds two components, one in onload and one directly in the constructor, can look like this. Yeah, that's what I did. If you instantiate your game in a build method, your game will be rebuilt every time. Yeah, obviously, which usually is more often than you like. To avoid this, you can either create an instance of your game first and represent it within your widget structure. Use the game widget.control constructor. To remove components from the list of a Flame game on the game, the remove or remove all methods can be used. The first, okay, so that means it's the destroy method. So the first can be used if you want to remove one component, and second can be used if you want to remove a list of components. These methods exist on all components, including the word. The Flame game has a built-in word and called word, and a camera component instance called camera. You can read more about this in the camera section. Okay, the game loop. The simple expression of the game loop concept. Basically, most games are built upon two methods. The render method takes the canvas for the current state of the game, no doubt. The update method receives at a time in microseconds. It's the last update and allows you to move to the next state. Absolutely right. The game loop is used by all of Flame's game implementations. Every time the game needs to be resized, for example, the orientation is changed, Flame will call all of the components on game resize methods, and it will also pass this information to the camera viewport. The Flame game camera controls which point in the coordinate space that should be at the anchor of your wayfinder. 0, 0 is in the center, anchor center of the viewport by default. Okay, the life cycle, callbacks, onload, render, etc. are called in the following sequence. Okay, on game, onload, it runs each tick. Okay, runs once, if removed or repaired. Okay, so that's the basic architecture. If you remember the architecture diagram from Unity, it's basically the same architecture diagram of Unity. So it basically shows how the game loop actually works. I can seem to find Unity docs. Yeah, I think this is the one. Oh well, let's just do this later. I unfortunately don't have much time. So on the on remove method callback can be used to reclaim a children and cache data. So dispose all of the things that on once we are trying to remove. That means So by default, it's not debug mode. It is, I guess, the release mode. Same in the case for Unity. I guess this is for when we are profiling or something. So flame game class, debug, flame get. Is it the game budget? No, no. It is the flame game. Debug. I can't seem to find it anymore. Maybe it's not there. I think they have changed it. To change the background color of your flame game, you have to override the background color. Yep, no problem about that. Background. Color, background. Color equals. Rather than black, let's just go ahead with colors on white. This on field, this is not overridden. Blah blah blah. Oh, okay. It should be the flame game. Well, after all, it's the world. Then let's just I guess it won't allow me. Well, whatever. Okay, so low level game API. I guess that's it for today. I will continue the rest tomorrow.